Coming up within the next 2 weeks, we have the launch of Season 2 in MLB The Show 23. This was part of the reason why I got really excited when they announced seasons, because essentially it's going to feel like a brand new game every 8 weeks or so. Just because with all the new content we're going to be getting, it's going to be nuts, and I'm excited to see how they do it. But if we go over to the marketplace, you can get a pretty good implication of how many seasons there's actually going to be in this game. You go over to sets, you see we got core, set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, set 5, set 6, and then it goes back to core. So early implications are there are going to be 6 total seasons. This is going to be season 2, and it's going to be our first transition from a season to a new one. So obviously from season 2 to 3, we'll have a better idea of the structure of everything and how it's going to run. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you guys how to best prepare for season 2 so you're not left behind. First thing I would do is be smart with your sets. We get the set 1 collection right here. This is going to be the set that gives you the Babe Ruth, Pedro, and the Chipper. This isn't going to go anywhere. You're still going to have this and the option to collect all these players, but these are just about all the players that you're going to have for season 1. I think we got maybe 2 more Diamond Duos packs, and then April Player of the Month, I'll talk about that in a little bit. It's up in the air for how they're going to structure that. We'll have a better idea in May, but for the most part, these are going to be all the set 1 cards that we have, give and take a few. So the smart thing to do in these situations is to collect everything that is non-sellable. You're going to need 140 cards to get 1 pack, 200 for another, and 260 to get all 3. There's going to be a lot of set 1 cards that you get along the way from this program, like this Jazz Chisholm, or we got the Tops Now, you got the Egg Hunt program, Charisma program, some of the other XP Reward Path stuff that you get that's non-sellable, WBC program. So basically you just want to collect guys like that, or cards like this Hunter Brown, for instance, who if I go to the marketplace, he's actually a lot more expensive than I thought. God damn. But you should still be able to get all these packs without having to buy too many players. All the captain cards you get from Team Affinity, they all go into the collection. Right there's 30. Then of course there are 97 overall Charisma cards that you get as well. So that right there is 60 total cards. You're almost halfway to the 140 you need for a pack. So just be smart with your set 1 cards, at least for the first season, because we don't know how it's going to transition. And you can always collect them at a later time. Just remember, set 1 you can still use in season 2. Once we get to season 3 though, you only have the 1 wildcard spot. So you'll only be able to use 1 of like a Babe Ruth, for example, if I like him. Or maybe this Eddie Matthews. I can only pick 1 of these cards. Or next season, I can still use any set 1 or set 2 card. That's why I think it's really bad to put in and lock in expensive set 1 cards. Like for example, this Ken Griffey Jr., who is going for 155k. You can still use him for the next 7 weeks. I don't think it would be smart to lock in a set 1 card worth this many stubs that you are only going to be able to use for like a 7-week period. Because odds are you're not going to choose Griffey over Babe Ruth, Chipper, or anybody like that. The next thing is if we come back over to the schedule here, you were seeing we gain a new Team Affinity with a bunch of dot players. I think this is going to be flashback players. It fits in there perfectly. So basically it's just going to be a bunch of legends for every single team. I think that's always my favorite Team Affinity one, but we don't know exactly how Team Affinity is going to work. Are we going to still be able to get these done from season to season? I would assume yes, since there's no expiration on these. I'm guessing you're still going to be able to complete all these in season 1 and season 2, but just in case, I would definitely grind these out because you still get set 1 players. You'll get 5 from every single division. On top of that, you also got captain cards that will go there. So each division is going to give you 10 set 1 players. So just be on the safe side. It would definitely work out grinding Team Affinity if you haven't yet, because it's going to give you all those non-sellable set 1 players that we were talking about. And then you don't have to worry about this for season 2, because what if in this previous Team Affinities you had to do, so we got AL Central season 1, it would stack on. So you'd have to complete season 1 to go to season 2 and so on. I don't think that's how it's going to be, but just to be safe and not way behind, I would just get Team Affinity done and out of the way, especially now. Player of the Month doesn't drop till Friday. You got a couple days to kind of just grind this out. Make sure you have a good stub count at your disposal for when season 2 drops. Don't spend any unnecessary stubs right now. The Shohei Ohtani looks nuts, but he once again set 1 card. I got 7 weeks. I'm going to actually be be able to use him. So instead, save the 180k. So when set 2 drops, what if we have some demons? We are getting a set 2 collection. So very similar to the set 1 collection, you're going to want to grind out, stack up on all the set 2 players so you can get this set 2 pack. We could have some demons. We still haven't got a Willie Mays, a good Mickey Mantle card, Randy Johnson. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names out of a hat there, but a lot of really cards we don't have a 99 for yet. That's also the thing I'm going to be curious about too. So maybe not in season 2, but are we going to end up getting another 99 overall Babe Ruth, for example, or a 99 overall Mike Trout? We could see another one of those at some point in the year. We just don't know a lot of the structure of how the sets are going to work from each one. So from set 1, set 2, set 2, set 3, and so forth. I hope we get some more of these 99 overall cards, dude, because what if this is our only 99 overall Ken Griffey Jr. and we got him in April? We have 11 months with no Ken Griffey Jr. and you're only going to be able to use him for a couple weeks. So hopefully we get one by like season 4 or something. But also, it might not be a terrible idea to stack up on some of these XP reward path cards. So like the Murakami, the Francisco Lindor, Devin Williams, Bob Gibson, and Ricky Henderson. Right now, they are currently going for a little under 30k. Can get them for about 25. But once the XP reward path is gone, these cards are done. The only way you're going to be getting them is from the marketplace. We'll have a brand new reward path with brand new bosses in here. So all these cards, you're not going to be able to get them. It's going to be replaced by 5 different cards. That's why I'm so excited, man. So many new 99s coming in one day between 30 Team Affinity cards. You're going to have 3 boss players. You're going to have the 5 boss passes in the XP reward path, a lot of stuff, but there's no way to get these cards, and since they are 99 overalls, they're still pretty damn good, of course. So I would not be surprised if this card price jumps up to like the 40-45k range. You can definitely make a lot of stubs if you invest in these right now. 25k, I can't see you losing more than a couple k if for whatever reason they don't, but stacking on them might be a good idea. Similar to the stubs too, because when the season 2 drops, there's probably going to be a market crash. A lot of these cards are going to be really inexpensive. That's going to be the time you're going to want to buy these players. Alert, the blank arrive in 3 blank. I'm gonna be honest, I have no fucking idea what this is. But just a couple of early reminders, when season 2 does drop, same day, we are getting a brand new ranked seasons with a brand new World Series pack. So if you haven't made World Series yet, or if you haven't at least tried to grind out the World Series program, definitely do that, because the pennant race, this is gonna, you'll eventually get both of these if you do both. You'll end up getting 2 set 1 cards here, and also if you end up making it to the championship series, you get a Salvador Perez, Anthony Santander, both set 1 cards, and this Anthony Santander card, can't pronounce his name, but he is so damn good. Switch hitter. And then BR ends shortly after. It's weird. It's like the few days after season 2 drops. And then the last thing I want to talk about is this Mexico City series program that we got. Might not be a bad idea to grind it out. So one thing I noticed that I was really upset about when we first got it is if you look at these cards, every single player in here is a core player, not set 1. So clearly they don't go towards set 1 collection, but what if we're possibly getting a core program here in a little bit? It's the only reasonable explanation I can think for why they would put this program in, have them all be really low overalls. Best card in here is a 94 overall. Most years, awesome. This year with 99s being in the game already, this card's terrible. And making them core cards, so they can't even go towards a collection. They have to be coming up with a specific core collection, so maybe we see that right around time set 2 drops, and that's why I also think that the April Player of the Month that comes out on Friday, those all might be core players as well. They might be set 1, so they could go towards collection, and they could all be non-sellable, but it'd be weird to drop this card, have them all be set 1, and set 1 ends in a week. Yeah, you'd still be able to use the cards for like another 7-8 weeks or so, but the timing to me just seems a little bit weird. So just to be on the safe side, I would definitely grind out, try to get all this done. Worst case scenario, you get an around the world pack and hopefully you pull some good and a lot of packs along the way. But there definitely has to be something coming out for core players, otherwise this program just makes no sense. That's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully this helped you out to prepare for season 2. Once we transition from season 1 to season 2, we will have a much better understanding of how it's going to play out from season 2 to season 3. But be sure to subscribe to the channel for daily MLB The Show 23 videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.